One of the only things on this planet that Donald Trump cares as much about as he cares about money and power is ratings. Donald Trump tells us all the time he gets the best ratings. Everybody loves him. They want to tune in. He had the best ratings on reality TV. The RNC this past summer got the highest ratings ever. Everybody loved it, even though it actually didn't get the highest ratings ever. But he pays attention to ratings. And when the ratings are down, it hurts his little feelings. And that's bad news for him because the ratings data from Nielsen is in for his joint address to Congress this week, and he lost millions of viewers compared to his last joint address to Congress, which of course was his last State of the Union address. In fact, this speech this week, out of the 5 that Donald Trump has now given to joint sessions of Congress, either like he did this week or with the State of the Union addresses, it was his lowest rated ever. Nielsen reports that Donald Trump had about 36.6 million people tuned in across 15 different networks. So 36.6 million, I'll be honest, that's not bad. Like, I would love to have 36.6 million viewers on a video, but it's still the worst he's ever had. His highest came in his 2017 address, which was his first one. He had 47.7 million. In 2018, he had 45.5 million. Then he had 46.78 million. Then 37.17 million. So this 36.6 is, of course, the lowest he's ever had by a little over 500,000 people. But compared to some of the other ones where he was getting 47, 48 million, yeah, he lost 11, 12 million viewers. The question is why? It's not because his speech went 99 minutes. The viewership actually peaked at around 45 minutes into it. About halfway through, more people had tuned in. That's where you got the big 36.6 number. But they didn't last long. And I would love to know the actual breakdown, like how many people watched the last 30 minutes? What was the tipping point for these people? When he started talking about the transgender mice because the man can't read that it was transgenic mice that were being used for asthma and cancer research? What was what made people tune out? And what point did they tune out? That is what I would like to know. But for a man who is obsessed with ratings, having the worst viewed, basically, State of the Union that he's ever had, that's got to get under his skin, right? That has to be something that is going to bug him relentlessly. In the grand scheme of anything at all, does it matter? Probably not. But it's hilarious, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. And because, to a degree, it does matter. Because it shows us that most people are not willing to listen to this man lie to them anymore. Yeah, they voted for him in November, but beyond that, they want nothing to do with him. They can't stand to hear him speak. I'll be perfectly blunt with you. I didn't watch it. I never even considered watching it. I didn't post about it or anything because I simply didn't care to have this man lie to me, for 100 minutes or whatever it was going to be. I'm not going to put myself through that. And honestly, I don't think you should either. There's nothing to be gained from that. If you want to find out what he said, just get online the very next morning, read articles about it, read the transcript. Don't give him your eyeballs. That is what I have repeatedly said over the years. And I stick to that, and I hope everybody else does the same in the future. There is one problem, however, and it's this. A poll by CNN showed that 69% of Americans had a positive reaction to the address, while a CBS News and YouGov poll showed 76% approved of it. Yet at the same time, both of those polls showed that Donald Trump now has an underwater approval rating. Like more than 50% of the country in both those polls disapprove of him. But they approved of the speech that most people didn't watch. So I think that tells us that most of the viewership was in fact actual MAGA fans. Normal, average, everyday Americans don't want to deal with it. The only people who will put up with his lies are the people that have always put up with his lies. So those high approval ratings for the speech, I wouldn't read too much into that. It just shows us that the only people willing to watch him are the people that genuinely love him and think that he loves them back. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.